Hey guys, it's Lucas, and in this video I'm going to be going over another method that you could use to harvest cookies on AIO bot using a third-party tool called CopTools. Now, CopTools is not a tool that was made by AIO bot, however, it is a tool that is in partnership with AIO bot. And it is quite of an efficient cookie harvesting tool that I highly suggest you actually try. And I'm going to explain to you how you can harvest cookies on it and import them into AIO bot. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to download CopTools. The download link for that is available in the AIO bot Discord, and more specifically in the Cookie Harvester FAQ channel. So make sure to check it out. And I'm not going to cover all the different tabs that they have over here, mainly because not all of these are relevant for cookie harvesting, but you could definitely explore them in your free time. But what I'm going to be exploring is the Cookie Harvester tab, the Proxies tab, and the Settings tab. And so once you're on the Settings tab, all you got to do is you want to make sure that you have the latest updates. Click on this, the update button, and once you confirm that you do have the latest updates, you want to go into the Proxy tab and add the proxies that will be used to harvest the cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and generate proxies. So you do have the option when you want to generate proxies between static and rotating proxies. Static proxies usually is the go-to when it comes for releases. However, when it comes to harvesting cookies, you can also pick rotating, and I actually personally prefer using rotating proxies if I'm using a residential proxy plan. And also a small note, I am using A and B proxies, however it is not a requirement from you to actually use A and B proxies. You can pretty much use any other plan out there. So I'm going to create proxies. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it onto CopTools, and I'm going to add. So once you add the proxy, you're going to want to go onto the Cookie Harvester tab, and you're going to want to pick the site that you want to harvest cookies on. Now, what sites require you to harvest cookies does change from time to time. In AIO bot at the moment of this video, you do need to harvest cookies on foot sites, on Yeezy Supply, on Adidas, Finish Line, and JD Sports. The entire list can be found on the AIO bot Discord in the Cookie Harvester FAQ, and all sorts of other information can also be found about cookies in AIO bot. So I'm going to go ahead, generate some cookies for Foot Locker in the US region. I'm going to click on New. I'm going to leave it on Auto, and I'm going to pick the different proxies that I want. Now, since I only have one, I only have this option. However, if you are using a bunch of lists of proxies, then you will also be given the option to click on random. I actually suggest you do that. It will be much easier for you when you want to harvest cookies. So I'm gonna just kind of click this a couple of times, and I'm just gonna wait for it to harvest cookies now. Now you will notice something interesting, and it is that it's going to reach at some point a cap of around 10 to 11 proxies, maybe 12, and it'll stop there. And so the reason that happens is because right now Foot Sites and also Finish Line and JD Sports has this limit on how many cookies you can actually harvest on this site using the same IP. All these different tasks that you just saw here, all these different harvesters that you just saw here, had a different IP. And so once it reached that cap, no more cookies could be harvested on there. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go ahead and just kind of click on these again. Now, how many harvesters you can have running at the same time really depends on how much your device or your server can handle. Mines can personally handle around 12 generators to 15 and still run efficiently. So you kind of want to explore that and see what works for you. And you just kind of wait for it to harvest. What you could do is once harvesters reach a cap, you could just kind of go ahead and delete them if you want. And as you can see here, sometimes there are some that do go over the limit. You want to make sure you stop these early, just in case, because if it goes over the limit, there is a risk that they may be generating duplicate cookies, and that is not good because you do not want to have duplicate cookies in the bot. So once you have, let's assume we wanted 180 cookies, then what we're going to do is clear all the cookie harvesters, and we're going to click on export. And now we want to move these to AIO bot, which is also known as AMB. and you pick the site that you want to take the cookies from. In our case, it's Foot Locker. You click on copy, and then you go back to AIO bot, and you're gonna want to click on import cookies. You're gonna want to select the site, which is Foot Locker in this case. You're gonna want to paste your cookies, and then you're gonna want to click on save. And once the cookies have been imported successfully, you can go down, double check. As you can see here, there's now 182 cookies that we just harvested on CopTools and imported into AIO bot. And that's just pretty much it for CopTools. It's just pretty much a different method that you could use to harvest cookies on AIO bot. It's quite efficient. I use that as my main form of harvesting cookies at the moment, and that's definitely one worth exploring. Now, before I officially end the video, I did forget to mention two small points. The first one being that if you go onto CopTools, if you want to pick between the different available sites that CopTools has, you could actually drag your mouse like that, and that way you will be able to see the different sites that you have available. You can also go ahead on your keyboard and just kind of like move left and right to kind of see the different sites that are available. For Foot Locker region as well, you have the different regions that you could explore. And the second point being that there are certain sites such as Adidas and sites such as JD Sports as well that are currently not supported on CopTools. Now, whether they will end up being supported on there or not, that's a question for the developers of CopTools. However, if there are certain sites that require you to harvest cookies and they're not available on CopTools, you always have the in-bot harvester methods that you could use. For example, if I wanted to harvest on Adidas in the US, I can just go ahead and click on this and carry on with the harvesting process. Same thing applies for US JD Sports as well. But other than that, this pretty much covers all the different things that you need to know about CopTools for AIO bot, and I'll see you in the next video.